Hey, Cozy Gamer, Misty here, and today I'm excited to be doing my very first board game video. Chris Eastridge from Moon Saga Workshop has graciously sent me a prototype copy of his brand new game, Parks and Potions, to review for you. Parks and Potions is coming to Kickstarter very soon, so I'll share a link below in the description. If you do enjoy this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to let me know you want to see more like this. Parks and Potions is a set collection game which plays in 15 to 30 minutes. It's a 1 to 5 player game where players take on the role of park rangers who use potions to heal wildlife, gaining points along the way, and the winner ultimately being crowned the guardian of nature. I'm not going to do an in-depth how-to in this video, but I do want to share an overview of each play mode and then my final thoughts at the end. In addition to the main competitive gameplay mode, Parks and Potions also has a solo mode, a co-op mode, and a competitive drafting mode. So there's a lot of replayability with this game. In all of these modes, the game plays out over 5 days, or 6 if you have 5 players. Each game day consists of essentially 3 phases. In phase 1, you're going to collect resources, which is potions, 3 times and perform any number of free actions to manage and manipulate those resources. In phase 2, you're going to complete your objectives, which involves using your collected resources to heal animals. Each animal requires different potions to be healed. In phase 3, you're refreshing your animal cards, moving the first player token, and advancing the day tracker. I mentioned manipulating and managing your potions. Each player has an asymmetric player ability which can be invoked once per game and allows you to do things like gain 2 inventory spaces or use a certain type of potion as a wild for this round. You can also mix 2 potions together to make a different potion, and when you heal certain animals, you'll gain an extract token, which allows you to mix any potion you'd like at any time. This is a fun way to ensure you're not just stuck with whatever potions were drafted. In addition to animal cards, there are also experiment cards which score based on how many extract tokens you still have on the board at the end of the game. And that's the basics of Parks and Potions, but I want to talk you through the different gameplay modes. In the main competitive mode, during the collection phase, the first player will roll 4 dice with different colors on the various faces. The colors represent the different potions. Each player may choose 2 of the rolled colors and collect those potions onto their player board. At the end of the game, players earn points for healed animal cards, as well as for having multiple cards from the same biome and for having cards in each biome. You also earn points from completed experiment cards, calculated by multiplying the number at the top of the card by the number of extract tokens you have on your board. So there's lots of different ways to strategize and earn points here. Solo mode plays out the same way, but there are quite a few suggested solo mode challenges to try, such as healing at least 3 animals from each biome or getting at least 24 points from experiment cards. I only tried solo mode once so far, but it looks like this offers quite a bit of replayability just on its own. Draft mode is very similar to the main competitive mode, but instead of rolling 4 dice, all of the potions are put into a bag. In the collection phase, 2 potions per player are pulled from the bag, and players draft similarly to Catan, where you move clockwise with each player taking a token until you get to the last player. Then the last player takes a second token, and the remaining potions are drafted counterclockwise. In co-op mode, all players are working together to heal animals before they go into critical status. It uses a different setup with 3 piles of animal cards to pull from and 3-point experiment cards set off to the side. Other experiment cards are removed completely. During the healing phase, each player selects 1 biome they'll visit and can only heal animals from that biome, including animals other players have drawn and are sitting in front of them. Animals move from sick to urgent to critical status if not healed. When an animal turns critical, one of the 3-point experiment cards is placed on top of it, and players can try to heal the animal with the experiment's requirements. The goal is to make it through 5 days without an animal being in critical condition at the end. The game is also lost if one animal from each biome becomes critical or 2 animals from any single biome become critical. I played this game with my husband and my 2 kids aged 12 and 9, almost 10. I played through all of the variations and it always felt pretty well balanced. We never felt like someone was way ahead or behind on points. Our kids are pretty avid board gamers, so the game was very easy for them to understand. I think the suggested age range of 8 and up is pretty spot on, but I think some kids could play this as early as age 5 or 6. It's pretty easy to grasp, but does require some medium-light strategy to play well. You have to manage the limitation of only 6 potions on your player board and think through which cards will get you the most points at the end of the game. There is an element of luck as you're hoping for the right potions to get rolled, but it does require some strategy too. Although I said that younger kids could grasp it, it doesn't feel like a kid's game per se. And I think plenty of adults will enjoy Parks and Potions as well. In fact, we even took it to a board game fundraiser event, and the adults who played it really liked it. I believe it could definitely work as a simple but fun gateway game if you're introducing someone new to the board game hobby. All of these modes I mentioned, I think the main competitive mode and the co-op modes were our family's favorite. We tend to like games where we can interact with each other more, and the co-op mode definitely hits that note, whereas the other modes, you're kind of doing your own thing. It's a little bit more like multiplayer solitaire, other than, you do care what other people are trying to build just a little bit, as they might take the cards that you want. Since different colored potions are different shapes, it could be pretty easy to cheat in the draft mode. I don't know if this is something that will be changed with the final copy, but with ours, I kind of wondered about that. So it does require a little extra trust with your gaming buddies if you're playing in draft mode. Since I played on a prototype, I can't comment too much on the quality of the final components because they could change, but everything did seem like good quality to me. The artwork is super cool to look at, and I love that they made the game accessible to those with color blindness or other visual impairment by associating a symbol on each colored potion. When we introduced this to some people at the board game event, there was actually someone colorblind in the group, and he was easily able to tell the difference between the potions. Overall, I'd say Parks and Potions is a pretty solid lightweight game with great artwork, a wholesome theme, and enjoyable by a wide age range. Be sure to check out the link below if you want to learn more about the game and get notified when the Kickstarter launches on September 24th. Remember to make today amazing, and I'll see you in the next one.